Hello, today I'm going to be talking about some screen-free isolation ideas because I feel like at the moment we're all probably watching way more TV, like using our laptops more or whatever. So I thought it would be a good idea to like suggest things to do if you don't want to be on your laptop the whole time or you want to give your eyes a break. So I'm just going to get started really. Also, I do want to say I'm very well aware my hair is getting darker and darker like by the week. Like look at these roots. That is not good, but obviously I can't get my hair done until I'm out of isolation, so you're just going to have to deal with my hair getting progressively dark. But anyway, the first thing on my list is scrapbooking. Now I have not one, not two, this one is super heavy, look, it's literally breaking at the binding. Not three, but I have a grand total of 4 scrapbooks. I've been scrapbooking since I was about 14. Yeah, I think I got this one for my 14th birthday, hence why I do not look like that anymore. I feel like I look older in that photo. I think because I have a lot of eyeliner on and very big curly hair. But anyway, yeah, I've been scrapbooking since I was 14. It's something I think is really good as well because obviously so many of our photos are taken like on like digital cameras or mobile phones. So I think it's a really nice idea to get them printed out and like spend an afternoon just sticking your photos down, writing stuff alongside them. And yeah, like even at university in my first year, like I told my friends Emma and Eve that I scrapbooked, and since then they've started scrapbooking as well. I just think it's such a nice way to keep memories and like sort of tickets and things like that. I always tick all my tickets in my scrapbook. So yeah, as I said, it's just a nice way to sort of put together all nice memories, probably put you in a really good mood as well. So yeah, I would definitely say scrapbooking is one of my favourite things to do. It doesn't involve a screen. This one is baking. Again, I feel like baking is a good one for like filling up time, especially at weekends. Like I feel like at the weekends I struggle the most with like having this like free time all the time. So yeah, the past 3 weeks I've made cookies, I've made like Rice Krispie cakes, but I did it with Weetabix instead, and then this weekend I made fairy cakes. So really like basic cooking, but it's just like it's just a nice thing to do. Like I do make dinner as well, like me and mum kind of take it in turns making dinners, but I feel like baking is just a bit more special because you don't do it like every day, or you might do if you want to, who knows. But yeah, so I like just putting on some music and then just like making something different. It just takes my mind off things, because it's kind of an activity that kind of keeps you quite present. Again with like scrapbooking, because you've got to like focus on it, like it keeps you very present, which is good for like anxiety. Next one is reading. So I'm currently reading, if you care that much, I'm currently reading The Unexpected Joy of Being Single. I mean, I feel like this book just like sums up my existence, but anyway, yeah, I've got through it. This is like, I'm like halfway through this. This is like my second book of isolation. I'm really enjoying it. As I said, I would really highly recommend it. Yeah, I'm to be honest, I read like every night before bed anyway, just to turn my mind off a bit. But again, like when there's times I don't want to do university reading, but I don't want to be watching YouTube all the time like I usually do, I try and like read a bit of my book, just again to take my mind off things. And like I think pretty much every book, there's like no books about coronavirus at the moment, so I feel like a book is like a nice escape. You know they probably won't mention a coronavirus, so yeah. It's running or walking the dog, or you could do both these things on your own. You don't have to have a dog to go for a walk. Exercise is so good for your mind and your like physical well-being as well. I've started doing couch to 5k. Obviously I do use the app for that, but you don't have to like do it. You could just start like do a couple of minutes, then walk a couple of minutes, then like run a couple of minutes. Like it just gets your body used to it. Yeah, I never thought I'd get into running, but surprisingly I'm starting to enjoy it. So I think because like with me, I just hated PE in school, so I hated the competitiveness, but now I don't have that. I'm just doing it for my own benefit, and yeah, I really enjoy it. As I said, if you don't want to run, you can just walk if you want to. Yeah, obviously I have a dog, so I have to walk him anyway, but yeah. Listening to a podcast. Now I'm going to do a video all about my favourite podcasts and like ones I really, really recommend. Again, I feel like podcasts, like they're very similar to the radio. You can like basically choose what you want to listen to. And I feel like podcasts are really good, especially if you're isolating alone. Like I am living with my family at the moment, but I really enjoy it. Like I used to listen to podcasts a lot at uni, like when I was getting ready in the morning, because like obviously I couldn't really watch YouTube videos while I was getting ready, but I didn't want to listen to music, so I listened to music on the bus. But yeah, as I said, there's so many good podcasts out there. Like as I said, I'm going to do a video on it very soon. But again, it's just a nice way to like occupy your mind, but if you don't want to be like making or doing something, you can just sit there and listen to it and not have to like look at a screen. Colouring, I've had this book for about 2 years, but I'm finally getting through it. You can literally buy these anywhere. I bought this in Hobbycraft, I think. But yeah, it's just a nice way, again, to switch your mind off, be creative. And it just looks really pretty. I feel like you get a nice sense of achievement from like completing 2 pages in this. So yeah, I really would recommend getting a calming mindful colouring book. Next one is clearing out your wardrobe. I feel like a lot of people are jumping onto this trend, but again, it's a good one that fills up time. So I've cleared out all my drawers and my wardrobe. I've got rid of 2 bin bags worth of clothes in the process, which is just mad. But yeah, it was kind of getting out of hand the amount of clothes I had at uni, so I'm kind of glad I did that. And also it means that your clothes will go to a better home and the money will go to a good place. So yeah, I would really recommend doing that. Dobble or cards. If you've never heard of Dobble, I left the box downstairs, but I'll insert a picture. But Dobble is basically, it's like a harder version of Snap. Like the cards are circular, but there's like sort of 5 or there's probably like 10 different objects on the card, but you've got to like match it. So if there's like 3 of you playing, like any one of you can match the card to something else on the deck, and it could be any of the pictures, like as long as they match. Like it sounds more confusing than it is, but again, if you're like isolating with people, it's a really nice one to do. Like it's quite competitive, but it's like so easy to get. So yeah, again with a few drinks, like it's really fun to play. Or like if you just like traditional card games like blackjack or like Snap or Go Fish or anything like that. Again, really good way to fill time and spend it with your family. And yeah. Next one is gardening. I will say now I'm not really a gardener, but I know my brother really enjoys doing this. My mum will garden as well. Like I don't know if you can buy any gardening stuff at the moment. Like I know like some sort of supermarkets sell it, but again, especially in the nice weather, like it's actually a really nice day today. I feel like gardening is a really good way of like, again, being outside, getting fresh air. But if you don't like just sitting around, like I'm the sort of person I need to be doing something pretty much all the time. Yeah, if you don't like sitting around, you could always like maybe plant a few new things, like rearrange stuff in your garden if you wanted to. One is listening to old CDs. Now I have a very old pink CD player, like obviously. But yeah, I feel like we all have just so many CDs, but when was the last time you actually listened to a whole album, like with no breaks, with no shuffling? To be honest, like when I'm cleaning my room, I like to put on a CD because again, I don't have to like faff about Spotify on my speaker and stuff. I can just literally shove a CD on, listen to it the whole way through, and like just feel like I'm like 15 again. So yeah, I would recommend doing that. The mood board or manifesting things. I haven't done this yet, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it. So if you don't know what a mood board is, it's basically, you can literally do it for anything you want. You can do it for maybe planning your future career or planning future travels. Like you basically just do it on a piece of paper. I mean, you could do it digitally if you wanted to, but I've got loads of A3 paper, so I might just do this on a big A3 bit of paper, and you just basically put things down that inspire you. You can write it out, you can cut pictures out of magazines if you wanted to. And yeah, I feel like I'm definitely going to take some time to do this, because obviously this time next year I'll be very close to graduation, and I kind of want to know what I want to do after I graduate. So I'm definitely going to do this, and I really do believe in manifesting things. Like I just keep saying to myself, I'm going to graduate, I will get my graduation picture, and hopefully this time next year I'll be very close to that. So yeah, like as I said, I feel like whenever I put something out into the universe, like it definitely sort of comes back to me in some sort of way. So yeah, I would definitely try that. It's pamper night or a pamper morning, depending what time you want to do it, or just do it in the middle of the day, doesn't matter. Yeah, again, you don't need a screen to do this. Like I know you could put music on if you wanted to, or maybe you might put a YouTube video on whilst during the bath or whatever. But to be honest, a lot of, at the moment when I do have a bath, I mainly put a podcast on, again just so I'm not looking at a screen constantly. But yeah, again, you don't even have to do it. You can just sit in the bath in complete silence if you wanted to. But yeah, like put a nice face mask on, like redo your nails. These definitely need redoing. Look at the state of them. But yeah, I'm going to clean my room today. I think I'm in the mood to clean. Which does take me on to my next point. Good transition there. This is like cleaning or rearranging your room. So to be fair, the first thing I did when I moved back home, I did rearrange like my whole room, just because it wasn't in a good place to like work and sleep in at the same time. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, especially once a week, just giving your room like a proper like dust and hoover. Just make sure your like desk areas and stuff are like tidy, because it will put you in a better frame of mind to get work done, or just be productive in your room if that's where you're working. And also it's just nice to have a clean space. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favourite things to do. When you make up all your clothes, like even though we're not going out anywhere, it doesn't mean you can't not experiment with your clothes or makeup. Like as I said, even just going through my clothes recently, I'm going to do a video on like clearing out all my different clothes. But yeah, even if you're not going out, you can like maybe plan like future outfits for when you do go out again. And even just looking through my clothes recently, I was like, oh, I can't wait to wear that when I do this with my friends or whatever. So yeah, just do that. I mean, to be honest, I haven't worn makeup since I left uni, which is like almost a month ago now, but if you wanted to, you can still wear makeup. And one thing, how to meditate. To be honest, I have learnt this through the Headspace app and through like YouTube, but if you've got like self-help books, it'll definitely be written in there how to like meditate. So if you don't know what meditation is kind of like working on your breath, and again it's similar to mindfulness. It's like being very present and just sort of like checking in your own body and your own feelings. So probably the most simplest way to get into it is like just kind of sitting in a comfortable position or lying down if you want to, taking some really slow deep breaths, like sort of breathing in for 3, out for 5. That's kind of the way I do it. Or like, to be honest, I've had this taught by so many different therapists, but you basically like breathe in for 3, maybe hold it for 2 seconds, like hold your breath just like there in your chest kind of thing, and then breathe really deeply like out like in your stomach. Yeah, so once you get into a flow of like really deep breathing, then just kind of scan through your whole body. So I always start at the top of my head, like does my head feel tense? Could that mean I'm stressed? And then like if I'm feeling tense, I just try and relax it and like calm my thoughts down a bit. And you just literally just go through every single body part. So go through the back of your eyes, or like, oh, is that hurting? That could be like a result of screen time. And then again through your nose and through your shoulders. And to be honest, I do this kind of every night before I go to sleep. And then if there are areas of my body that are hurting, I just sort of adjust my position wherever I'm sitting or sleeping. And yeah, again, I think meditation is really important for a healthy mind, especially for someone that suffers with stress or anxiety. And then the final thing is 24 hours without social media. I actually do this once a week now. I never used to, but I think obviously where I'm at home a lot, I do spend a lot more time on social media, which isn't really good in this current climate, because I just feel like sometimes I'm just constantly scrolling through, like not really taking it in, but then just only focusing on like negative news stories and stuff. So I do try and make a conscious effort once a week just to have no time scrolling through social media. So I'm only really on my phone for like Snapchat and like Facebook Messenger. So yeah, that's something that's really helping with mental health, is just like not scrolling aimlessly for hours on social media. But equally, if you feel like you can't dedicate 24 hours just not scrolling, just try and like limit it to different parts of the day. So in the morning I'll have a good like half an hour scroll then, and then I'll probably like maybe check it very briefly mid-morning, then again at lunchtime I'll do like another half an hour like deep scrolling, and then again in the evening, like maybe before or after, and I'll just try not to scroll constantly, because to be honest, like no one's going out anywhere, there's nothing major really happening in the world apart from obviously the pandemic, but like you don't need to keep constantly checking, like it's not healthy. So I hope you enjoyed these ideas. I know I feel like some of these might have been mentioned already, but I just thought it'd be a good idea to put out a video about things to do that don't involve a screen, because I know a lot of people are recommending like obviously watching Netflix or YouTube or whatever during this time, which is absolutely fine. I'm not saying like don't go on your screen, but I'm just saying there's other things to do whilst in isolation, because if you're like me, I like kind of switching between different tasks just to keep my brain engaged. So I feel like, yeah, with all these different things, like there's always something to do, whether you want a screen or not. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you soon. Bye.